We're back with a special edition of Cashin. Donald Trump, the GOP frontrunner, is sitting down with us for the full half hour. I'm sitting in my office the other day. I'm in jeans and a polo shirt, and who walks in? Jeb Bush walks in. By the way, I don't think you ever walked into we're friends a long time, right? Pretty sure you haven't ever walked into my office. So
Yeah.
you're welcome to. Anyway, so he sits down and we talk, and I said, tell me about your tax plan. And he starts to go through it, and I said, well, tell me about Donald Trump's tax plan. He said, well, it's a lot like mine. He may have lifted parts of it from me. I don't know. It looks a lot like mine. Did you copy Trump's?
No, not
Jeb's,
at all. It's a much more dynamic plan than his. It's a bigger plan. It's a bolder plan, much more dynamic. It's bigger tax cuts for the middle class and for, really for the workers, because we have to bring back the middle class in this country, Eric. I think really the best word I can describe it, it's a very dynamic plan. It's going to bring jobs back. We're going to really do something great with that plan, and I think they wished they probably thought of it, but it's not at all. There are things that are similar because
can we go into it a little bit? Because I love the money guy.
Sure.
The money stuff. Revenue neutral, just to bring tax revenues back to where they are,
and maybe
right
even
now.
better than that.
Okay, how does it get to revenue neutral?
Okay.
What type of
the economy,
growth do you need to get revenue neutral?
The economy will expand exponentially. Jobs will expand tremendously. People that aren't paying tax will start paying tax. And we actually cut out a section because we actually have many people not paying tax because they don't have any money. I mean, what's the purpose? They don't have any money. They need the money to live. But a lot of those people are going to start working. They're going to get good jobs. They're going to make over a certain amount. They're going to start paying taxes.
Do we need a 4% growth? Do we need a 6% growth?
We will have, in my opinion, a minimum 4% growth. And I think we could even have a 6% growth. China has a growth of 7, 8, 9, 10%. If they do 7, they're like doing horribly. And they've been 11 and 12. You look at places like India and other countries. With us, they say, oh, you can't achieve 4%. You can't achieve 6%. We can absolutely achieve it. If we get rid of regulation, if we create incentive for people and stop, the regulation is killing us. One of the things with my plan that I'll be putting out pretty soon, and it's a very important part of my plan, but I didn't want to put it out together, is cutting. Because we're going to be doing tremendous cutting.
How much?
We are wasting billions and billions of dollars.
$4 trillion a year. That's what our expenditures are. So
Eric,
we take in $3.5 trillion. We spend $4 trillion. Where do you cut, and where do you substantially cut?
Billions of dollars a year. Bush and so many of the other candidates, they love Common Core.
Education.
That means,
where?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Energy. Tell me.
I want our children to be educated locally. In Iowa, in New Hampshire, in any state that you're talking about, South Carolina, I want our children to be educated locally. Bush and others believe in Common Core. Education through Washington. It is so bad. The Department of Education can be absolutely cut. If you look at environmental, the environmental is a disaster in this country. 2 weeks ago, they destroyed a river, or might have destroyed a river. Nobody even knows what the effect is going to be. So you have probably 5 or 6 major departments where you can cut tremendously.
Half a trillion, 500 billion?
I'm going to announce it in about 2 weeks.
Ballpark? It's got to be ballpark, though, right?
I'm not going to give you a ballpark. I'm just telling you, I'm going to announce it in a couple of weeks.
You know what I love about your tax plan?
And it's going to be very significant. Coupled with my tax plan, it's going to be so great for the country.
Here's what I love about your tax plan. I've been talking about this for the better part of 7 years. In fact, I put it out 7 years ago, and I had people, Congress and senators, calling me saying, I love this. It's the repatriation idea.
That's right.
It's fantastic. Question. Companies can bring the $2.5 trillion back.
It's going to be more than that, actually, but
whatever number it is. Why a 10% tax rate? How about 0?
We could do 0. I thought about 0, but you know what? I'm a business person. They'll pay the 10%. Let's make some money off it. They're going to bring at least, nobody knows how much money is out there. That's money that's out in other countries that we can't get back into this country because we have stupid laws and far too much tax. So I'm lowering the tax rate to 10%. I would do it at 0, frankly, but you know what? I think we'll get to 10%. And if that didn't work, I'd lower it further. But I believe that they will bring it back in at 10% because, as you know, that's 3 times lower than what it is now.
But they've already been taxed. So they've
already been taxed. Honestly, it's very unfair to companies. They're now going to bring $2.5 trillion back, and in my opinion, it could be double that. It could be much more than $2.5 trillion. And if that's the case, then my plan is even better.
It's better on a one-time basis, though. Will that stop the tax inversions, companies going overseas, doing business there and staying there?
Well, Inversion is a big problem in this country. If you look at inversion is a huge problem. That's where companies leave this country for two reasons. Because they get better taxes and they also want to get their money. You know, you have companies in this country with thousands of employees that want to go to other countries to get their money, meaning they have money over there that they can't bring back in.
It's crazy.
So it's called corporate inversion. It's a disaster.
It all works together. All right, one more quick break to this special edition of Cashin with the GOP frontrunner Donald Trump. He's going to weigh in on Hillary Clinton. And guess what? I asked him how much he benches. Stick around.